Okay, sixth grade, as I said in your introduction video, what we're going to be doing is taking your, kind of refreshing that memory and then taking your knowledge of music note, notation, and writing up to the next level, okay? So we're going to be looking at some rhythms that you are, or not rhythms, but music notes that you are familiar with, and then we're going to be looking at some music notes that you might not quite be familiar with, okay? So for those who don't remember what this is called, this is a staff. It's the 5 lines and 4 spaces upon which music is written, okay? So whenever you're looking at music for your recorders or a piano or for singing, most every other instrument out there, with a few exceptions of some percussion instruments, you're looking at it on these 5 lines and 4 spaces. All right, now, each one of these lines and spaces represents a different music note, and this website is using the piano as an example of the music notes. Notice that as the notes are going up on the 5 lines and 4 spaces, are down here, you can see that the notes are going higher on the piano. So that means the higher the note is on our staff, the higher the note is going to sound when it is played. Now, music is written with one of 2 what we call clefs, okay? You may remember hearing me mention the treble clef before. That's this fancy looking swirly one right here. We're going to be talking about that one for right now, okay? Like I said, he's called the treble clef, and we're going to save the bass clef for a later date. So now, some people like to call the treble clef the G clef. And well, I've heard some people say that they call it the G clef because it looks like a fancy cursive G, and I guess it could be that. I don't know. My G's go different direction. I don't know about yours. But the main reason it's called the G clef is because this swirly part in the middle is right on the second line, and that just happens to be the G. Now, if you guys remember anything about recorders that I've taught you, G is the second line from the bottom. That was one of the first notes you learned if you had me with recorders way back, way back when you first started. And if you remember, I'm going to see if some of you remember, what comes after the G? Does anybody know? I'll give you a hint if you don't know. If you already shouted the answer out, you guys are awesome. But let me give a hint for those who don't know. With music, we only use the first 7 letters of the alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That's it. Once we get to G, our musical alphabet starts back over. So if that's a G and I want to go up 1 note, what am I going to get? Yeah, I'm going to get an A. Boom. And notice the difference between these 2 notes. G is on the line, whereas A is in between the lines. So G would be considered a line note because he's right on top of the line is going through its middle. A, however, is called a space note because he is in between the lines. All right, let's move on. Now, here's the third one that you may remember back from your early days of recorders. This one is also on the line, and he is called a B. So far we've discussed G on the second line, B on the what line? Third line. Remember, 1, 2, 3, third line is B. Hopefully you guys remember that. Now, if you had me last year in 5th grade, you may remember that we talked about the C that's in this next space here and the D, the high D that's on that line. And if you had me back in 4th grade, you may remember that this bottom line is known as the E. Remember, that was your 2 fingers on recorder like that. Whereas when we go below the line, down here hanging off the bottom, he's known as a D. Because if this bottom line is an E, in order to get down here to that D, I got to go backwards in my alphabet. Otherwise, our alphabet goes in order, okay? So, as you can see here, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. It all follows the same pattern, okay? All the same pattern. So, moving on to, let's see. Now, what happens when we want our music notes to go higher than that or lower than that? Well, we have to use a little teeny thing called a ledger line, okay? Ledger lines fix that problem and allow us to make our staff bigger without drawing a whole line all the way across. We just draw one little line where we need it to be. And boom, we've got another music note. Now that guy is known as an A. Here's why, a few reasons. One, this one is an F, so G comes after. We stop at G, we gotta start back over. Going up again, I get an A. Or you could look at it as this is 1, 2, 3, F, G, A. That could be another way to remember it. Now we could take this ledger line idea and swing it down to the bottom. And we discussed a minute ago that D is the one that's right below the staff, just touching the bottom line, hanging off the bottom, okay? That one is the D. But if I were to go below the staff and stick a line through it, what would he be known as? What comes before D in the alphabet? Yeah, that's right, C. So that one would be known as a C. Now I'm going to go here to this website, and if you want to visit this website, that's totally cool. This is called classicsforkids.com, and they've got all kinds of cool games that you can play. But this is what I want to look at here. So the treble clef line notes can also be thought of as every good boy does fine. See how that lays out? Every good boy does fine. And we always count from bottom to top. Every good boy does fine. Remember that, you guys. Every good boy does fine, because I may be asking about that on the quiz. Now, our space notes, however, we don't have to worry about making a sentence with our space notes, because guess what? The space notes already spell out a word. And what word is that? Face. That's right. It spells out face. So we've got every good boy does fine and face for our space notes. Now, I have created a little rhyme to help you remember that. Treble clef space is face. Treble clef line is every good boy does fine. It rhymes, and it makes it so much easier to remember. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to play a game that's going to review you on these notes of the treble clef, but we're just worried about the ones on the staff for right now, okay? Okay, guys, so what we're going to do now is we're going to play the game, Name That Note, all right? We're going to play it on the treble clef, and we're going to start with the beginner level. The beginner level, you have a little bit more time to answer the questions, and it's going to pretty well stick to the notes that are on the staff. So let's do a review. Treble clef space is what? Face. Treble clef line, say it with me. Every good boy does fine. All right, here we go. All right, so we got line note, every good boy. That's right. Good job. All right, what's this one? So on the bottom line, E for every. Excellent. All right, what's that? Every good. Good job. All right, every good boy. All right, there's that one again. What is it? E. Okay, every good boy does. Awesome. All right, now it's a space note. What's the word? So if the word is face, what's that bottom note? F, because he's in the bottom space. All right, so let's go through our word. F-A-C. There you go. What's this bottom one? E. Excellent. All right, what's that one? That's the F. Bottom line again. E. Very good. Okay. F-A. Excellent. Bottom line again. E. Okay. Oh, and the game is done with that one. Okay, so now let's move into the advanced version. And for this one, or I'm sorry, intermediate. So this one, they're going to add a couple of notes above and below the staff. So I'm going to try and give you those. If it's just above the staff touching with no lines up there, it's G. You go above the staff with a line through it, what do we call that one? It's an A. Now, if I go below the staff and it's a little ball hanging off the bottom of the bottom line, D. And if I go below that and stick a line through it, I get C. Now, this is going to go a little quicker, so see if you can answer faster. I want to hear you guys through the speaker. All right, here we go. What is that one? Every good boy. Good job. F-A-C. Good job. Okay. Every good. That's right. Oh, I told you that one just a second ago. What was that one? E-D-C. Oh, F-G-A. Good job, you guys. All right, what's the space note? F. All right, F-A-C-E. Oh, no, that one's above the staff. This was an A. That has to be B. Every good boy, what? Does. Okay, I told you we did that one a second ago. What was that? Come on, come on, come on. That was a C. That's right. Oh, we did that one. Was that? A. Awesome. Oh, I told you that one a second ago. If the bottom line is an E, I go backwards. I get on one letter. I get a, oh, it was a D. I didn't click it in time. All right, F. A. That's right. Oh, the game over on that one. Okay, let's do one more round. And on this one, it's going to be a little bit faster. Okay, so this is the virtuoso. And for the virtuoso, they're going to ask you notes that are way above and above and below, and it's going to go quicker. Now, if it goes above A, what we just looked at a minute ago, I will give you the answer, okay? So don't panic if you're looking at this crazy note we've never seen and are like, oh my God, I will give you the answer, okay? So here we go, virtuoso. All right, we know that one. What's that one? Is that one? That's an A, good job. Oh, it was an A, I didn't click it in time. You probably said it though. F-A-C-E. Oh, that one is a B, you guys. If I go down again, I get an A. Oh, I go down again, I get a G. All right, E, that's right. We said that one was an A just a second ago. Every good. There you go. F-A-C. All right, what's that one? A, good job. All right, now, ooh, that one's an E, just to let you know. That one's a B. We had that a minute ago. Oh, we know that one, another one. A. Oh, what's this one? G. Oh, F-A-C. Oh, I didn't click it in time. That one is also a B, letting you know. I got to click them faster. All right, what is that? Was that E? That one was a B. What's this one? D. What's that one? E. Hopefully we're going to get them every good boy. And the game is over. Woo, that was a fast one right there. Now, if you want to further test your skills, if you go back to the introduction video where my Bitmoji classroom was, and you see that bookshelf that's got all these cool little things on the bookshelf, you'll see something for Classics for Kids. Now, you can go to Classics for Kids, and you can play this note name game. And I'm going to take you through how to do one of these levels. Make sure when you go to Classics for Kids, you hit Games and you go to Note Names. All right, so we're going to play the Note Names game. Make sure it is set to treble clef, okay? Make sure it says treble up there. And what you're going to be doing, and this is not timed, so you can take your time with it. This is going to spell a word when you create it. So now let's check this out a little bit. So that is online. Now, I will be honest with you, when I was looking at this to check out, see if it was useful for us, some of the notes that look like they're on the line are actually in the space. So take your time and look at the note very carefully. So this one looks to be on the line because it's got the line going through his middle. So he's on the third line, 1, 2, 3. So that's every good what? Boy. So I'm going to click the B down here. Okay, now this one, if you look at it very carefully, it almost looks like it's going to be a line note. But you notice the first note we had, it was very clearly going through its middle. This one, not so much. It's more like the note, the bottom line is touching it and the top line is touching it. And for the most part, the note is in between the lines. So that tells us it's a space note. So now that we know it's a space note, we know that we're going to be using the word face. So F-A-C, that's right, E. Oh, so there we have a word. The word is B. Now, once you complete the word, you click on going to the next word. All right, I will do this one with you, and then we will see if you can do a few on your own at home. Send me some messages, some screenshots of your progress so that I can see what you're doing. But let's do this one together. All right, so this one appears, looking at it very carefully, I'm examining the note. This one appears to be in a space. So we're going to call it a space note. So it's appearing to be in the second from the bottom space. So F-A, that's right. Okay, so let's see what this one is. That one appears, lines going through the middle. Okay, so that one's on the line. So I know I got to use every good boy does fine. So every good boy does. Okay, that's right. Oh, let's check that. Oh, that's exactly the same as that other note. It is no different. So it is another, bam. I have another. Awesome. Okay, so now what I want you guys to do is, after you watch the video, make sure you go take the quiz. If you're watching this video straight up on the YouTube website, then you can find the link to the quiz in the description below this video. If you're watching this on Schoology, all you got to do is go all the way down to the bottom, and you'll see the quiz embedded into your Schoology for week 3. And if you came to this video from my website, then what you can do is backtrack to the website if you want to, and click on the link to take you to the quiz there. All right, so if you can't get the quiz to work in one location, go see if you can get it to work in another location. I'm getting some messages that some people are having trouble accessing the quiz, but once I send them the link or direct them to another spot to go find it, it seems to be fixing itself. Okay, so just do what you can, try to get, and if you still can't get the link for the quiz to work, let me know. More than happy to help you guys out. Okay, all right, but otherwise I will see you next week, where we're going to be doing stuff with the bass clef. So we talked about treble clef today, we're going to talk about bass clef next week, and then we're going to do a game to kind of wrap everything up and then move into the next topic. All right, so I will definitely see you guys next week. Bye.